In this program for Artist tutorial, I'm going to show you a bit more about the p5.js online web editor and the console. What is the console? The console is down at the bottom here underneath the code. So we have three windows. We have our sketch, our preview window, which shows our code, and then the console. What is the console used for? Well, you can write messages to yourself, you can send data to the console, and the console will give you error messages. So when something goes wrong, you can see it in the console. So for example, if I delete this first curly bracket, suddenly in the console, it says that I have a syntax error, unexpected identifier create canvas. Sometimes it's helpful with its error messages, and sometimes it's less helpful. Really, instead of expecting this right here, it should say it's missing a curly bracket, but the compiler may not be smart enough to get that, but at least it kind of knows where it is. It's highlighted these different items right here. And so if I investigate that, I may notice that, oh yes, I'm missing a curly bracket. And if I put that there, I'm going to get another error because it's being too helpful and it put two curly brackets there. So if I delete that, now everything is back to normal. But what else can I put into the console? For example, at the top here, I could put in a function called print. And then inside print, I could put hello. And then if I run this, you'll see down at the bottom of the console, it says hello. Now there's something you need to be careful with. If you have auto refresh selected and you make an empty print call, it's going to automatically try to print something from the browser. So be careful with that because it'll run automatically. So for example, if I have this without anything here, I don't have auto refresh clicked, but if I press play, it's going to try to print this page at the printer. I can cancel that. You may not want that to happen. So if you need to type and you have auto refresh there, it may happen. So now I can print messages to the console. This is a special function in p5.js. So if we go to the reference of p5.js, here in the reference, we can see the print function. So print is helpful for printing values while debugging. Each call to print makes a new line of text. If we need a blank line, we can put a /n. And it says that if we call print without an argument, it prints the browser's dialog. So let's go back and try putting this into the print command. Notice that I have quotes here for print. So if I come down here and I'll turn off auto refresh, notice that there's a new line space in between hello and world. Normally for this print, what we would write in JavaScript is console.log. So console.log, then hello, and this will be the same. This still puts hello in the console, but p5.js is making it a little bit easier for you by having a print command. We can also print into the actual web page. So for example, if I type create p hello, and then I run this sketch, you'll notice that I have hello, and this is actually on the web page. It's actually created a paragraph tag, and we could make that into a variable perhaps, and then have it update. Watch what happens if I put this create p hello into the draw function. Now it just keeps printing many, many, many hellos until my web page runs out of memory. So we need to be careful about where we put different commands. The same thing would happen if I take the console log or print hello and I put it into the draw function. So here we're going to see that it's just printing. We can use something like this for debugging, but we should be careful how we put the messages into our program. When we get into more complex programs, we'll be using console log and print to debug and get variable values for our programs. But this is just letting you know where the console is and what to do when you get that dreaded error message. Happy programming!